For me, failure is not about completing the project not in time or security concerns or something. It's about how did your end user act to it? How did he react to it? And how did your business stakeholders get a mileage of that action? Most of the projects, even after you deliver it successfully on time, on budget, on quality, would fail from that prospect, because at the end, it's a great product that comes out from the engineering perspective, but from adoption perspective, we are still missing the race. I mean, the people are finding it complicated to use it, and most of the time, what we did, or from my experience at Esberry, is that when working with consultants in different regions, is 70% of the time, even if the project is delivered on all the three factors, it still fails from adoption, which is a serious no. I mean, if people are not going to use it, what's the need of investing into it? But this is very important. I mean, being a developer or a designer or anything in this industry is not about staying within your corporate walls or in that ecosystem. You need to come out, collaborate with the community. There are user groups available. I mean, in India, as such, in Bangalore as such, the adoption has gone up, right? So come out, collaborate, share experiences. You're going to get some feedback now and then, and it's going to make your life easy. You're going to learn. It's a whole different learning medium. It's a whole different, as such, a workspace to deal with. And recognize leaders in the community. When you know them, you don't know them personally. They're not working in your office. You're following them on Twitter, blogs, and stuff. You're connected to space. You're connected to web space, which is large enough, which is like a spider network, wherein, these guys are like, they come out with their ideas, they aggregate ideas which are going to be positive in energy.
What's the most resilient parasite? An idea. A single idea from the human mind.
Not practical right now. So it's something that you see in the movies. You can't build cities just by sitting there and thinking about it. But you can start by taking small steps, by doing some small little stuff, which I will showcase. So basically what happens is that all of us, right, at the surface of our scalp, our brain does a pretty good job of insulating electrical signals from inside our brain, from our neurons. But what happens is that a small amount of this electrical activity actually leaks through our scalp, and that's what EEG does. So what it does is that it measures this electrical activity and tries to make sense of it. For day-to-day use would be actually a non-invasive form of EEG, which I will show you, or something like that, right? It's something that you might consider wearing. And it is available in the market right now. I think it was released in 2009 or something like that. So basically, the headset itself is one of those commercial devices which you can actually. The other headset is the NeuroSky headset, which is the one that I have with me today, and I will be demonstrating with. This headset looks a lot more like a headphone. Basically, we have Emotive, which have 14 saline electrode sensors, and we have NeuroSky, which is just one dry electrode, and 3 reference electrodes. And then we have some other products like the OCZ, NIA, and stuff like that. Basically, how most devices actually work, how most sensors actually work is that it requires a saline solution to be applied to each of the sensors. So you saw that image just now where there were a lot of stickers on the person's head. So basically, with each of the sticker, the interface between the sticker and the brain is actually a saline solution, which acts as an electrolyte to allow the electrons to flow through from the brain to the sensor. It has easy Bluetooth pairing. There is an AS3 library that is already available, and what it does is that it measures your attentive state, your meditative state, and eye blinks. Yeah, so basically, I think some of you might be able to picture how this might be interesting in an interactive display, having a wall that's just changing colors based on the thoughts of multiple people, or even people who are situated remotely. You could have a friend sitting in New Zealand and a friend in the US. You know, they have their mindsets on, and then you guys do something crazy together.
A tool called Flash Develop. The only problem with that is it's Windows only. It is not available on Mac or Linux. Other than that, it's a great tool. A lot of people love it. And there is another tool called FDT. It's from PowerFlasher. It is like those who develop using Java and all in Eclipse, they know how easy it is to do some things. So what it does is like one thing that is different from Flash Builder, which is again developed on top of Eclipse. These two tools, both Flash Builder and FDT, they are created on top of Eclipse. But one difference between these two is like FDT, what it does is like you do a mistake and it gives you options to correct it. You just write something. Do you want to create a class in that name, or you want to create a property in that name, or you want to create a function in that name? It will ask you. You just say, it will do that for you. You just call for a variable. If it is not there, it will define it for you by calling the appropriate shortcut keys. And IntelliJ IDEA is considered one of the nice tools available for Java development. So these are all the solutions that we are going to see today. So this one is no longer supported, but still it's a very good tool. What it does is it is distributed as an MXP file. It's a Flash extension.